Welcome. So occasionally I like to do something different, and this is going to be one of those videos. So the Australian-US relationship has always been pretty good, but I think since, more people have access to the internet and, our countries are doing stuff together, the relationship has got really solid. We're quite, pal-pal kind of thing. Um, so this video is specifically for the Americans just because I've compared things to the Americans. Now, it's not just the Americans that do this, it's everyone. So this is just a forewarning. Now, there's plenty of YouTube videos on there, out there that probably talk about this stuff, but personally, I don't check. But anyway, here's something for you to consider. So we've got 6,500 petrol stations in the entire of Australia, the continent. The entire continent has 6,500 petrol stations as of 2021, I think. I don't know whether... Well, I'm not even reading that because I'm concentrating on trying to make this video quick, snappy, and informative. So, how many gas stations are in Alabama? Let's have a look. 6,300. Okay. That's a pretty comparable number from Alabama to the entire of Australia. There's not much in it. So let's have a quick look at the sizes and population. So the area of Alabama is 135,765 square kilometers. What's that in miles? Was that 52,419 square miles? Okay, yeah, it's pretty small. Population 5 million. We'll just, even it out, not even it out, round it out. Let's have a look at Australia. So we've got, there's no miles in, oh yeah, there is. 6,692,024 kilometers, which is 2,969,907 square miles. So 969. Nice. So let's have a quick look. Now, maps are a little bit different because you're trying to put a sphere onto a flat surface. There's all kinds of different maps you can have, but they always get warped because there's no way you can put it on a flat piece. The only true real map that you can have is a globe map. So if we go to the true size of, you could Google the true size of, but it's thetruesize.com. We grab an Australia, and as you can see, it kind of moves around a little bit. It warps because of the map, as you can see. So at least now we can kind of compare the sizes. So let's stick it over the top over here. Pretty close, isn't it? Really, it's pretty close. Now let's have a look at Alabama, which is smaller than South Australia. Much smaller than South Australia. So we're looking at pretty much, if you could stretch Alabama out over Australia, a bit more of a population. But if you could stretch it out, actually, did we cover the population? The population is 25,875,500. So that's an estimate. That's pretty close. So we'll say 26. Now, if we have a look at Alabama, what was that? That was about 5. We rounded it to 5. Okay, so 5, 26. I don't know. That's we're really empty, to put it in comparison. There's not that much more people, realistically, when you think about it, from Alabama to Australia. Really, there's only like 10 million more. Was it 20 million more? Anyway, yeah, 20 million more. Stretched out over that area with the same number of petrol stations, or gas stations, as you would call it. So there's not that many places, really, when you look at it, where you can refuel, get something to eat, get some water. Now, I'm not saying it's just the Americans that do it. Like I said, it's everyone that does it. We had someone come over from England and over to Adelaide, and they said to us, I'm just going to buy like a 4-banger, which is a 4-piston engine. That's what we call them. Just a bomb, and we're going to go from South Australia, which is South Australia, over to, I think he was going to Sydney. So from here to here. And we say, it doesn't look like much. Doesn't look like much at all. Okay, but if we kind of take those points, let's see. If we take those points, that is like crossing, let's see, from one side, going from Arkansas over to, like what, South North Carolina, in a cheap, two banger, four banger engine. He did not listen to us when we said, "Don't, you're gonna die," because he did it in the heat of summer. We said, "Take plenty of water," and that was the best advice we gave him, because when the car stopped, which it was going to, he relied on that water, and thankfully he was saved. Now, we're pretty good because we got a lot of people out. I wouldn't say a lot of people. We've got farmers, rangers, what are they called? Ranchers. They're all, there are people out there. And if you're going to do something like this, pre-plan, take a CB radio or something like that, because they do listen on the CB radio. These guys are the salt of the earth. They will come and save you. It might take them a day and a half to get to you, but they will come and save you. Those people are heroes. I don't know how many people they've saved, but where was I going with that? How many people they've saved? I tried to find the statistics of how many people die hitchhiking. Now, I couldn't find the number, but a long time ago it was given out, and I remember going, oh, geez. It must have been like something on the news or a newspaper or something when, someone's got lost, because it did used to happen quite a lot. And, they'd end up dead, because when you look at a map, let's have a quick look at Australia in a minute. But anyway, as you can see, Alabama's a lot smaller than South Australia in comparison, because you guys work on Imperial, so it's probably about 3 oil barrels of Freedom Eagle and how much liquid can fit in a standard buffalo skull is the size difference between those two. So you should be able to understand that. Now, if you have a look, it doesn't seem like much. Oh yeah, Broken Hill, Canis, Cobar, Dubbo. They're not far away, are they? But now, since, I've pointed it out, you can kind of see, you don't want to be going from like Arkansas to North Carolina. It's no small feat. It does take a while. Now, not all these places you can actually get refueled, get some water, find something to eat. Now, Gibson Desert, it is an absolutely beautiful place, really. It's ancient land. But as you can see, like, this is probably the size of Arkansas, or Alabama there. And there's just nothing, There's small little towns. Now, generally what it takes for a town to be called a town here is there is a church, a pub, and a petrol station. Now, you're not going to get all of those 3 things, but generally that's generally what constitutes a town in this place. Say, for instance, little ones, even in here, even in Adelaide, there's like Maiponga, yes, it's called Maiponga, which is pretty much a church, pub, and a petrol station. So there it is, Maiponga. So when you're leaving through it, see, I haven't been there in a long time, but usually we used to drive through it on the way to Victor Harbour, But anyway, going through Maiponga, basically you see the sign that says "Welcome to Maiponga." You see a church on one side, a pub on the other. You are now leaving Maiponga. So a lot of these places aren't actually, towns. They're not. They really aren't towns. There's maybe, like a pastor who probably is the bartender as well. Who knows? So you really got to be careful. Really got to be careful. So now, also, I got this from travaloutbackaustralia.com if you're interested. I do like people coming to see us and seeing how different the land is. I mean, for me personally, I would love to go over and see like Montana and Tennessee. Like, there's lots of places in America that I think would be absolutely gorgeous because I love the trees. I'm actually into trees and flowers and that kind of stuff as well. Big fan. Although I haven't done much gardening as of late. But anyway, so if we have a look at the average maximum temperature for January, is 35 degrees Celsius, which is 95 Fahrenheit. And it can get up to 40 degrees Celsius on average, which is 104 Fahrenheit. Now, the 40 is going to be the average. It's going to go over 40. I can guarantee it. It's going to go over 40. And the difference with the weather here as well is that if you crack the window for some fresh air, I don't know why the hell you would do that. That's just, terrible idea. The wind will dry out your eyes instantly. So let's have a quick look. So I found a video of the sunrise in the outback of Australia. As you can see, it's a very ancient land, very beautiful.
Temperature difference.
But you've got to be careful around the summertime.
Your rope. It's too late.
I mean,
we're never gonna make it. Your rope! Give me.
it gets quite warm. Yeah, don't forget sunscreen. Sunscreen, water, lots of tips, obviously, of what you should do. There's lots of guides, lots of things, but just be aware when you're having a look at the maps and looking at things. Just be aware, not all of these towns you can refuel at. Not all of them, and the distance between them. Just be aware of the distance between them. It doesn't look big, but remember, it's a big place. It's a very big place. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this has helped you out a little bit. This one's specifically for the Americans, but I suppose, you could translate some of this stuff over into, I mean, the guy who came over from England, what were you thinking, dude? Like, it's, even if you turn England sideways, anyway, or the United Kingdom, sorry, England, I don't know. maybe I should know, being part of the colonies. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have, we shouldn't have, run over the trenches while you blow your whistles and drink tea. Anyway, normal feud between us and the English. We always do this kind of stuff. Anyway, you gave us Monty Python. You've forgiven. So, thanks for watching. I hope this has helped. See you in the next one.